ترجع زي ما انت صدقني كان الأمر بتاعنا issues and stuff just because of
Lunches. Rest in peace. Exactly after 2 years, he said that. Unfortunately.
Since few months, better more than 3 months, also is a new shot. Infatti finito in June 24th, and things it was stato manga, it was stato dei manga, but manga things was birth, hated birth process, Teatro genere mi colonte or cinema me also known as Twin Peaks Chase Department of Human, also contra the same thing the same person. In fact, and a few weeks ago io provai video one which was the special interpretation of Dracula community if you don't know it so my masterpiece Josie and 2 and 2 weeks and it should be particular to Pix 2 yes but for the fact that I so I dedicated to easy to party but for the fact that I played it just a few weeks ago because as March 22 I dedicated it also to Master Ninja banalmente si parti fa March 22 sì che ti canti per te sì che si uscito c'è un match per me in Adam mi sembra che tu e da te si conta questo di chiesto Mr. Lynch is partite da parte di questa un giorno di tempo per 4 days before my country and so for the fact that we supposed to only tour the only on my country now became an education is the first video one which was the first version but the previous track we would make an education to all of them all the persons repeated to the birth it is birth my country and it is birth of messenger banality and it is birth of message and about for the fact also put a few days ago a video 2 which there are two versions. This video 2 it was also a gift 1 2 was dedicated in fact to the birthday of John Cennor at Josie Packard assuming this is one same person so to John Chen's birthday because last April 26 was a birthday to his 6-5 birthday so I think this video 2 ovviamente piace così masterpiece 2 but in this month not I think maximum festival of John but of the festival of June but I think I should apply it until the end of this month così I dedicated to also a gift to a pratica another piece I interpretation is a track to be a track 56 to the Twin Peaks che pratica già Halo Steam in parentesi Justice basta pratica la sua version di original Halo Steam if comunque di original Halo Steam e tu community così si chiama masterpiece but what piece of masterpiece it's not a masterpiece for me all are masterpiece also the minor pieces and when I'm using Halo Steam in parentesi Justice basta e pratica la sua version of Halo Steam in consiglio also the variations layers I'll try to upload it until the end of this month, we see. The Beatles also will be also a gift to for a birthday, 6 birthday, first one for video 1 video 2, cioè in Truma, c'è one make chance, o secondo me reference, also secondo me non c'è una video, some last ones, some last ones, però questo thing is shot, you can see offer condition for the keyboard, or better record conditions, se messe con test for effect senza attivi perché se mi improvino il keyboard effect non letto in display, non so durante prove si batte nella rete prove, ma te mi improvino si effect di bit si effect non si letto in display, e quando io sono diventava il fixit. Mettiamo le people sulla 100 pezzi, quindi che tu non so cosa esiste. Sul myself, non so, le spese in fanali, I hope you will get breakfast. Gates, no, early, for the record, not late for the record, and early for my house. In fact, when I say late for me from us, this video in general, for me, early in comparison with the previous months. But more important is very for the righteous mercies, it was some of the max sentence, just to it at the Fintan, at the Inkimik at Fintan, particularly it was this thing that I was record, this ministry, so stretch. How do I repeat? Not close as you are able, an early goal for my house. It's just only obvious to go to 34 minutes. But interesting scenario settings I also be fortunate to I'm young and as you always see like fast the most basic for absolutely sensazione more than one year and 3 months I think is also considering effect the reason Friday si want the new laser 6 years before like what the person means for one so white but this is a light letter is a light blue and also for aspects mentioned first one as a nostro report regarding time I think new things is recover 20 3 for the yes I think yes this should be recorded 3 for the yes not to do what one all things are absolutely for the support Fridays for the past think about it one watch any videos what about or yes I bit should be easy should be done via what permesso you to one you want them so any down ci was bet basically to be just things speech about the that should be reason Friday per usare un shot sobre film di gioco da combattimento ma sono solo o le sono frisare bisco sa mi fate fatto da anni vedo sul come su più bisco anzi è stato finché tu non mi sento per carta ciò che ci puoi cosa o da Google ci chocolate ciò che ci And if not mistakes, fair to miss committed. In particular, things that you would use red and this is ones about milk factory shots on negative coffee, those as chocolate factors just con a test shot fragment videos. A shot in instance, I think nel mozzo somale, nel mozzo sono chiese lo stesso quanto ci mise nei time videos, nei time ci aspetta, allora, io sono money quick, because if you finish now, you can see liberty to think the onion 78, 79, 80, but result of exam is much on the month I mentioned Jerry, just 30 bits should be there, frat more 11 months, non si mise non so, secondo ci mise in pira, a se mai dan ci vuoi aspettare su, senza te parte incertiti, non si con il mezzo, per cui non so. Inizio aspetting is breakfast. Questo modo si viene particolare mega bomb. Also in case spirits giuro del matematica. So for course in mission so stanno su etibi. If someone sono settori cosa breakfast. Questo è mega bomb. Second thing was si es mi farà mi si sta con grazie. From this siamo per position. Lapsus questa vuole quanto per position già. Also siamo per position. Because after this position mi time per manaccio spese. Fa questo lo commento, a tu lo commento giù, because era super bar. Elsie, tomorrow's post on traffic on tomorrow to 11. مع والسي